Welcome back to part 3 of my AfroNation 2026 experience. So in part 1, I covered shoes. In part 2, I covered where I stayed. Gave a recommendation. If you're interested in staying there, go back and check out those videos, those parts 1 and 2 if you haven't already. So this is now part 3. So I attended AfroNation 2026 with my sister and one of my friends. We are seasoned travelers, and I would say maybe older festival goers. I don't know how old people, I don't know what the average age is of the average AfroNation attendee. Anyway, because we were well-seasoned travelers, I knew that I needed to do some research to see what we could do to make our lives easier, simpler, and honestly just more comfortable. And I joined a couple of Facebook groups, a couple of group chats, and one thing that I kept seeing repeated from people who had already attended the festival is they kept saying getting an Uber or a taxi after the festival is hell. And quite frankly, I didn't want to deal with that. So my sister, my friend, and I, we decided to rent a car. I would like to first say, I was absolutely terrified. I've been to many countries, and I've always said I would never drive in another country just because things are different, and I just never wanted to do it. But I did it, and it actually was not that bad. So as I mentioned in the previous part, we stayed at a resort that was 20 minutes away from the beach where the festival was being held. 20 minutes without traffic, I should say. To be transparent, the drive, it wasn't the easiest drive in the world, but it also wasn't the most challenging. It was just unfamiliar. It was just a different place I've never driven before. There are a lot of traffic circles, which traffic circles aren't bad or difficult to navigate. There's not something I'm used to. I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We don't have a lot of traffic circles. Also, lots of really narrow, winding roads, which is also something I'm not used to because that's just not how the roads are in Texas. But we rented a Fiat, and it was great. I highly recommend because one thing that I never factored in was having issues getting to the festival. And once we met more people, we realized some people were having issues just getting an Uber or a taxi to come pick them up to take them to the festival. And having the convenience of a rental car completely eliminated that. Parking with the rental car. So the very first day of the festival, we found parking at a lot that was about it was a 15-minute walk away from the beach where the festival was. And it was pretty simple. It was €5 to park there. There were hundreds of cars that were parked there, and it was really convenient to just park there, walk to the festival, and walk back to our car. The second night of the festival, I actually had a swollen ankle, so I don't know where my sister parked the car. I think she parked in that same area close to, the 15-minute walk from day one, but my ankle was swollen by